G'day everyone, welcome to another week of Aussie Tech Eds. It's the 22nd of September and it's episode 503. How you all going? Thanks for downloading, thanks for listening, thanks for watching wherever you may be. You can get us on the TuneIn Radio app across platform I don't know where your TuneIn Radio app is, but once you get it, you can search for Aussie Tech Radio, or you can find out more instructions at aussietechradio.com, facebook.com/Aussie Tech Eds, youtube.com/Aussie Tech Eds. Follow us at Aussie Tech Eds. That's so easy. It's so easy. All right. Now, don't forget the other podcasts on the network, shall we say? The Aussie Mac Zone, the Obsidian Loft, Old Fart Geeks, and Aussie Tech Security. They're all pumping along nicely. All right. Now, we've got a interesting show tonight. It's a bit empty in town. We've only got Jace, the Warlock. How you going, Jace?
Just poor lonely old me. Save Ferris!
Oh no!
Rock on!
Is that Ferris Bueller or something?
Yeah.
Oh jeez, I must be the only one that's never seen that show.
Dude, seriously, you gotta go watch it.
Isn't he? All I know was some dude that stole his dad's Porsche or something.
No, Ferris convinced his friend to steal his friend's dad Porsche, and they took it. Oh, might have been a Ferrari or something. They took it into town. And then drove around, had all these fun activities and things all day long.
Right. Yes.
Like
yes.
in school.
I know the premise. Another one that was a massive hit when I was growing up. I think I may have seen it once. After a while, was that Weekend at Bernie's.
Oh yeah, that was good.
But it just I don't know. Does it just carrying a dead person around all day? It's just, I thought it was
bizarre. I never actually, when I was younger, I never saw the Goonies, and everyone was going off about that. So I ended up watching it like 10 years ago or something. And then because I didn't have the nostalgia, it wasn't the same kind of thing as when you watch it when you're young, I guess.
Mm. Now,
Same with Blade Runner. I never watched that till about 10 years ago.
Yeah, I think I've watched it, but yeah. Well, I hadn't even, you might call this crazy, but look, I probably...
Crazy.
Oh, crazy. But I never really watched the Star Wars, the early ones, completely until probably 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Because when I was a kid, you start watching them, but you always fell asleep, And
I watched Empire Strikes Back because my next door neighbour wanted somebody to go to the movies with. I didn't know much about the Star Warsy thing, so I did that in high school. I think that was about the only one, and then I watched the rest of them 20 years ago, and then the newer ones. We went to midnight screening for episode 1 at Hoyt's in Sydney and George Street there. That was fun.
Right, yes.
It was the whole place was packed out. They had the pre-screening at midnight and people walking around with those, carrying a tray with ice creams and stuff that you could buy inside the theatre.
Right.
Instead of having to go out to the front, and then people would walk in and these girls started yelling out, "Oh, Karen, we saved your seat over here." And then me and my friend started yelling, "No, Karen, come sit with us, Karen. Karen, come sit with us." And we were talking about George Lucas. We're like, "George, come sit here. George Lucas, come sit with us, George."
Georgie, over here, Georgie. Did you, were you, are you old enough to remember when the movie theatres were 2 sections? There was the stalls and the lounge.
Oh, yeah.
Did you have that when you were growing up? Yeah, I remember down at the Coolangatta.
We had a cinema in town where I live now, and it burned down the week that they had a movie on called Body Heat, which was quite ironic.
Right.
There was too much body heat, and the whole cinema burned down.
Did you used to do things like throw your little gherkins up on the screen off the Macca's burgers?
You're all your Jaffas down there, oh man.
Yeah, no, we just threw gherkins. Might have been a Coolangatta thing.
Must be, yeah. You get them from the Macca's.
Yeah, you used to go to the Macca's and smuggle the burgers in and then peel the pickles off. That'd be down the front, of course, and you just see them slide down the screen while the movie was on. But oh dear. But yeah, look, no Will this week. Will has moved house, and as I think he was alluding to last week, the internet doesn't exist where he is, and his 4G, his famous free 4G fantastic phone, is only HSPDA where he is. So he's in a world of hurt. He's like a I tried to ring him today, and all I could get was this cry. He's wrapped up in the fetal position, going, "No,
I heard that from here."
Where's my internet? Yeah, but anyway, hopefully, look, next week there might be a different. I don't know what's going to happen next week. I'm going to Sydney for the I don't know, whatever it is, OzPod something or other. So that's on the Saturday the 30th. So it's on Friday the 30th. So I'll be down in Sydney on the Thursday. So I'm going to see Michael down there from the Aussie Mac Zone. So me and him might be able to get a show together. Don't know. So maybe no show next week because Will's out. He's got no internet. So, so anyway, we'll see how that goes. Might be able to put something together.
Give him the keys to your place and he can go down and house it for you and get some internet while you're gone.
He'd probably love it, wouldn't he? He'd probably take it up too. Oh, he's got to come down and have a little barbecue. All right, now, look, we might be just banging on a bit this week because, look, there's just Apple stories around again. And, I've got a couple. Look, we have got a few other ones to get through. But, it's a bit of a...
Did you see that guy who did a video on YouTube drilling a hole for the
the headphones,
the jack for his headphones? Yes. He gets an iPhone 7, puts it in the device, and goes, okay, now I can put my headphones in there. Everything's good, everyone. No, don't do that.
Headphones installed.
It still turned on, didn't it?
Oh, I didn't see I only saw the first part of the video. I think I shared it to the Facebook page. But yeah, it was pretty funny. It reminded me of, I don't know if you watched Seinfeld when Kramer installed that air conditioner in Jerry's apartment. They bought this big air conditioner. You know those old window ones?
Yep.
Well, yeah. So anyway, he's lugged it up the stairs or whatever. He's put it on the windowsill, just rammed the window down on top of it stood back and went, that's it, installed. So eventually, obviously, throughout the episode, it fell out the window. But it was just pull the window down, installed.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I saw those. Because apparently there's another video, some tear down of that iPhone 7, and they said, well, why did we lose the headphone jack? What did we make room for? Because Apple doesn't tell you, and apparently it's was more of the haptic engines or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
So
and they reckon all the parts together probably cost about $225 to make an iPhone.
Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah, and what are they selling them for? About $1,000?
Yep.
Yeah, sweet.
No markup there.
Yeah, but don't the telcos, they'll buy them for a lot less, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Apple's not really making, I suppose that they'll make it if people buy them outright. But
they might make it like $600 and the telco sells it for $1,000.
$1,000.
Like yeah. Everyone puts their markup on it.
Yeah, I suppose. It's. Do you think that if Apple is forced to make their iPhones in America, do you think that'll increase the price, or do you think they'll take a hit?
They'll increase the price. They have to.
Yeah, you don't reckon they'll...
Shareholders wouldn't have a bar of it.
That's
a problem. Shareholders are supposed to be there to help you build a small business to bigger, not to sustain a large business that people make mega profit from it.
Be interesting to see. It's interesting times. All right. Well, let's get into an Apple story of such. Remind me, we've got a couple of things to talk about just outside of stories this week. We got Jace brought them up before the show, so let me just write them down so I don't forget them.
Jim and stickers.
That's exactly what I just wrote down. Jim and stickers. All right. Now look, iPhone 7. We give it a bit of a razzing. Eric did especially. Oh, there's no Eric this week. He's got his head in the study books.
He's going to get 3 or 4 of them, isn't he?
Yes. I don't know. He wants to sharpen that drill. Now, Apple sells out of the initial batch of iPhone 7s, Pluses. I can't believe it. There's people still. You get the same stories. There were people lined up again, and one guy I noticed in one of the stories, 15-hour lineup. Really? Seriously? But anyway, supplies of the larger Plus iPhone 7 sold out. There's only the smaller iPhone 7 is also sold out in the new jet black colour.
Surprise.
Yeah,
and it's going to get scratched to heck as well.
Do you reckon? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The people who've already got them has been taking photos. There's scratches all over the black one. Apple's like, yeah, too bad.
Well,
don't get the black one if you don't want some, or get a case and leave it in there forever. You should anyway. I mean, every device I've got has always got a case on it, and that way 6 or 12 months later, when you want to upgrade, you sell it as good condition and get good money for it.
Yeah. Well, I sold my little iPhone 5. Yeah, 5 last year, I guess, when I bought the 6, and I got like 300 for it, so that was pretty good. Yeah, just flipped it up on Gumtree.
It's not decreasing the price of the 6s very much, so you can still sell them for quite a good amount of money.
Oh, okay, yeah, right. But I don't know if I'll get a 7. Well, I'm on contract anyway, so I can't.
I'm using my LG G3 for the main phone now, so my iPhone 6S and my iPad are mostly Spotify, iHeartRadio devices, and also for testing, something we'll talk about later.
Okay, yes. Now, breaking with tradition, apparently, Apple has not released the first weekend sales of the 7 and the 7 Plus. Now, they said this saying the figure is more a reflection of supply than demand. Now, work into that what you will, but does that sound like they didn't make as many, or they didn't offer as many to, say, our market, so therefore they've run out? Like, I don't understand really what they're trying to say.
Same with the Nintendo Wii when it came out. You're under supply. Then every single person wants it desperately, and then you go, oh, there's back orders, and people are like champing at the bit. Oh, I've got to get my Nintendo Wii. I've got to get my iPhone 7S. I've got to get a quick pre-order, and I've got to make sure that I'll get it, because if I don't pre-order, I won't get it. And then there's a build-up of frenzy, and then they go, here's a ton more phones that won't catch fire.
Yeah, they probably just got them out in the little section out the back. Everyone, once again, Seinfeld, out there, you got one out the back? Everyone's got it out the back.
With the old rocking chair.
Yes. Yeah, so there you go. Apple sold out, like, I don't know. People, I saw something about those Apple EarPods. I never really read that story, but I think some people, they weren't happy with them. I reckon they need a bit of string to attach one to the other.
You can buy the string for it now from another third-party company for like $20 or something. It's a bit of rubber that goes from around the back of your head, and you squeeze the ends of your earpods in it, and then you don't lose it. Yeah,
I think that's a good idea. But then, that's a bit of mucking around there, because then you'd have to take it back out of that band to put them into the charger.
Yep.
Yeah, so there's got to be a better way. There has to be a better way.
To the Plantronics or somebody who's already got ones and made like that years ago. I was tempted to get them. There was, I think it was Plantronics or someone who had Bluetooth ones that wrap around the back of your neck there, and it's got the charge hole on them.
Oh, yep. Look, that's probably a better idea to have a charger in them or something. Yeah, I don't know, but anyway, I'm sure they'll sort that out. Yep. Yeah, all right. Well, that's my first little Apple story. I've only got 2, I promise. What story did you find this week that you thought was interesting?
I got some googly ones. There's a chat app with a built-in personal assistant called Google's Allo, and it aims to be your virtual best friend. Oh. Back at Google I/O Developer Conference in May, the search giant unveiled plans for 2 new communications apps in the Duo and Allo. Duo is a simplistic video chat app which was launched in August, while today Google takes their apps off far more ambitious Allo. Hello. That was funny.
Yes. I was just
huge moaning.
Yeah, I was just looking
very carefully. I shall say this only once.
Yeah, whatever happened to that show? That wasn't a bad show.
Stupid woman!
That's right.
Evie was here and she just passed out, and I was giving her mouth-to-mouth resuscitation.
Yeah, that was funny, wasn't it?
Sorry, Renee.
And the old cheese upstairs, she should have as a post. She had that big ladle for an earpiece. That wasn't a bad show. That was quite good.
You need a Gmail account to use Allo. You simply download the Allo app, tell it your mobile phone number, and enter the confirmation code it sends you via SMS. The app is only available for Android and iOS smartphones, and just like Duo, Google doesn't offer a desktop client. Allo is a standalone app. It doesn't integrate with your phone's SMS app. Notifications will appear on your lock screen like other communications apps, plus your phone chirps up with a spoken "hello," which some people will find very annoying. However, Google will add the option to change it to a simple beep or ping for people who don't want their pocket to strike up a conversation while they're out in public.
Now,
Loyal Google users can be forgiven if they're suffering from message app fatigue, considering you've got GChat, Hangouts, and Google Messenger. At first glance, hello seems like another attempt for Google to tackle the crowded messaging space and jump on the emoji/stickers bandwagon, but it pays to dig a little deeper.
yes. Now, just when you mentioned that came up and popped up and went, hello. Now, I just thought, do you, with your phone, do you normally keep it in the ringer on, in a ringer state, or do you normally have it vibrating? Or how do you normally have your phone?
The main phone I've got on most of the time, unless I'm visiting mum or dad at the hospital at the moment, but the iPad and the iPhone are all switched to silent.
I found, lately my phones, I've just reduced the volume on my phone and reduced the message noise. So it's, before it used to go, used to keep going, but now it just goes ping. I find that's just quite adequate, and then it's not annoying everyone every 5 seconds. And because the phone's always near you, even just the buzzing of it, like on the movies, just
Yeah.
So I've been moving it up with my phone.
Have you tried out Duo?
Duo.
Yep. Duo is Google's answer to Apple's FaceTime that when they launched it several years ago, they promised to open the API so anyone can make FaceTime compatible applications, and then went to you and didn't. So Google's like, well, we can do it. So they made the Duo, which runs on the iPhone and Android phones, and it worked good because when my father had an operation 6 weeks ago and was stuck at home in bed, and my mum's in a nursing home, I would go to visit her and take my phone, then ring him via Duo to his Android phone, and then they could face chat with a video chat and talk to each other and see each other, which they normally couldn't do. So I thought it was fantastic.
I remember, I do remember about that because I know we spoke about it on a show, and I do actually have it installed on my phone, but I've just never used it. So I suppose
really well.
Yeah, okay. So with how do you know who? So it's just contacts. So if I'm in Duo, if I go through my contacts, hang on, let me have a look. So if let me load Duo again. If I go,
the one thing you have to remember with Duo, as soon as you hit ring, it starts sending you a video. So before the person hits enter, they can see you moving around, making faces, picking your nose, and eating your breakfast cereal and stuff.
But you can turn that off.
Yes, you can disable it if you want to. Yeah.
Now, how do I know if the person I want to call is on it?
I guess you add them on and hit ring, and if it works, it works. I don't know. I hadn't tried it with people who might not be on it.
Because when I go, so when I go video call, it gives me a list of people, and then it draws a line and says invite, and then another list of people.
Oh, there you go.
So, so I've got couple of people there. Yeah, okay. So it knows who's on and who's not.
Yep.
Yeah, sweet. I'll have to remember that. Yeah. Okay. Lovely. Now, now you're talking to me just before about, down at the gym and Spotify, and you told me about a great little integration with Spotify in the gym. But before we get onto your great little integration, I've got to tell you, I don't get enough time to muck around with things these days. But the other day I was playing with my Spotify, and I just had it on the computer here.
Not in public, I hope.
Oh, always.
You always got your Spotify out and play with it. You should see the doctor if it's a bit spotty.
Yeah, well, you can't do nothing about it. I just love playing with it. It's great. It's so I had the windows open and listening to it and everything, and so I went to tidy up a bit under the house up at the other end. I couldn't hear it, and I thought, I wonder if I'll just switch over to my phone, and you can seamlessly switch between devices. Yep. So that's how cool is that? That's something I didn't really.
He's playing the same song.
Yeah, well, exactly from where you left, where it is on the other machine. Yep. Yeah. But anyway, getting back to the gym. So you go to the gym, and they have Spotify. Tell us about what happens.
Yeah, it's Snap Fitness, and they've got a little LCD screen, kind of like a large iPad stuck on the wall, and it just has Spotify on it. And about every minute or so, it ranks up a credit, and to a maximum of 4 credits at a time, and then you can pick up to 4 songs out of their Spotify list that they have there, and they've got it sorted into genres and featured groups, and you could have like 80s music, club music, 90s music, the top 5 songs from the last 10 years in groups and stuff like that. And what I would do is, as soon as I walked in there, I'd go through, pick out 4 songs, because usually hardly anybody else uses it. And then I'd go off and do some exercise, and when it's coming up to the 4th song, I'd go back there and pick another 4 songs and then go off again. But it was getting annoying, because once I'm on the treadmill, doing 30 to 45 minutes on the treadmill, and you have to, every 10, 15 minutes, press pause, hop off the treadmill, walk over to the LCD screen, pick your next songs, walk back, hit start again, get your treadmill going again, and then 15 minutes later do the same thing again. And then while I'm in there, they've got large LCD screens all around the place with TV stations and music, and also the extreme sports videos that they have from like Red Bull and stuff like that.
That's good, that channel, Red Bull.
Yeah, and then every now and then they pop up an ad saying, try out the Crowd DJ app with our Spotify. Play your own music. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. So I was there one time and I was a bit bored in between doing my reps. So I thought I'll download Crowd DJ, and I download that. And then I started up, and it says sync with your own Spotify account. So you do, click on that, and it imports all of your Spotify tunes from whichever playlist that you've created. And then what you can do is it'll show you how many credits is on the Spotify LCD screen at the gym, and all the songs that it has that you can pick, but also any of the songs from your Spotify playlist that's also in the gym's list. Yeah. So they'll have, 20,000 songs or something, but not all of yours that you have on your Spotify will also be there. So, but I went through one time a couple of years ago and looked up all the favorite 1980s top hits from every website that I could find and added them one at a time into my Spotify. I made like 600 song playlist of the best songs from the 1980s.
Oh, you're going to have to share that. Can you share that with me?
Yep, it's shared on my account. If you just find me on Spotify, I will. You can get that one. It's called Top 80s Plus, I think.
Cool.
And then I just click on playlist, pick my playlist, and then I can scroll through, pick out 4 songs from there. It'll queue them up on the Spotify at the gym. Then I can go onto the treadmill, go running, and after about 10, 15 minutes, I just open up the app while I'm still running, go into Crowd DJ, pick another 4 songs.
That's awesome,
queue them up, put it down again, do your running, and you never have to hop off the treadmill. It's great.
But what happens, so are you getting that that's through the gym speakers?
Yeah.
So
what happens is the Crowd DJ app is based on your GPS coordinates. So when you start up the app, it says, oh, you're at this location. In that location, we have Spotify, which has Crowd DJ enabled at Snap Fitness Gym. And it says, to prove that you're here so that you don't go hijacking it while you're walking past the gym, the first time you go to use it, you have to click on the display code button. Up on the LCD screen at the gym comes a 5-digit code. You type that into the Crowd DJ app. That verifies that you're on premises and not just doing a drive-by picking dirty songs as you're zooming through or something. And then it knows that you're in that location, and it'll keep that in memory for probably a couple of hours or something.
Do you know if the Crowd DJ costs to get? Like, can anyone set this up at their home, and so people say
I don't know about controlling your home Spotify. I guess it could possibly work. Would depend on if they only do it for commercial premises or not.
So I wonder, do they have like I wonder if they got like on the Crowd DJ, they've got a big abort button or something. Like someone putting on some really crappy songs like, I don't know, It's Raining Men or something. Yeah. Abort!
Well, I do know that I accidentally picked a uncensored song, and one of the girls at the gym was sitting at the computer, and she flicked over the screen and deleted that one and set it to go off on the next song, and they can pick and choose songs and flip through them. And while I was going for a run, I had... I think it was like Suicide Blonde by In Excess or something was playing. She's like, oh, do you want to hear some more In Excess? I was like, Yeah, sure, whatever. I'm going in minutes. And she's like, okay, I'll queue some up. So she goes and queues them up on the Spotify as well.
Yeah, right. What's that? It's all getting too good, isn't it? It's all getting too good. All right, let me continue with another Apple story. Now, for those of you who've got a Mac, you might have noticed that there's a new item in the App Store, and it is macOS Sierra. It's here. I downloaded and installed it on my Mini today. Didn't go too bad. It's working, so it's good. So Apple has released the final version of Sierra to the desktop and laptop operating systems. New features that integrate into it is the watchOS, or new features to integrate it with iOS and watchOS. Okay, so everything's sort of coming together, seamless. Just like the Spotify, you can play it on one device, just go straight to another device, device, and back again. Now, iOS and Mac OS devices can now easily exchange data with the universal clipboard. So copying and pasting content across the platforms is easy. That's pretty cool, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Look, when I first started to load back into Sierra, it goes, you want to use the iCloud, for all your documents and everything. And I went, that'd be good, I suppose. But then it said, well, you need to buy more iCloud space.
Yes. So there's a guy that I'm friends with on Facebook and Twitter, Peter Wells from the University of New South Wales in Sydney, and he's done a couple of posts. He does a lot of tech news and tech podcast things as well. In fact, he's been on some of the ones in the US, and I think he was on Tom Merritt's one once or twice as well. Oh, yeah. And he was saying he put out a list. First, he said, make sure you disable syncing documents and stuff to your iCloud or it'll disappear and then none of your devices will sync because they all need that for backup. And then the other thing is there's a lot of apps that are used in educational places like universities and that are not compatible with Sierra, so you have to wait till they get updated.
Oh, okay, right. Well, there you go. So the Siri is now available on the Sierra, and it can access system settings and preferences, search computer for files. Siri searches can be dragged and dropped and copied and pasted and blah, blah, blah.
Hey, Siri, format Glenn's hard drive. Thanks.
Oh, stop! No, well, it's I don't think Apple uses format, does it? I don't
Siri
know.
Just came up on my phone and says, hey, Siri, format Glenn's hard drive. Thanks. And she goes, I aim to please. Like,
Okay. Yeah, I didn't... Oh, I've only got a Mac Mini here, which I record the podcast on, so there's no microphone, so I brushed that. Mac OS apps such as Photos, Messages, iTunes, and Music have been redesigned. Whoopie-doo. Messages on Mac OS can now see the stickers sent by iOS users.
Stickers? What are they?
Well, let's talk about stickers after this. I'm keen to know. As well as handwritten text, but those can't be created on the app. Apple Maps is better integrated with the Mac OS, blah, blah. More detailed maps, apparently, from TomTom. Well, let's hope so. Do you use Apple Maps, or you shied away from them?
Google.
I'm a Google Maps person too, myself.
Yeah.
But I did look at the maps the other day. For some reason, it came up. I was doing something, came up by default. I do like the redesign. It's a lot more cleaner. Not sure if it's going to get me to the right place still, but yeah, I'm happy to use Google Apple Maps around the Goldie because I think it's probably pretty bedded down. But I think when I first started using it, going on a trip, it sent me to strange places. I was never the same when I came back.
When they first came out, they were terrible, terrible maps. And I went to go to a tax agent in Sydney. And no matter how many times I typed in the number, the name of the street, and the suburb, it kept trying to send me to a similar street and similar suburb in the US.
Oh, man. That's
and
crazy.
I'm not in the US. Why are you sending me there? And I'd have Main Street and give me Main Avenue in a suburb in the US. And I'm like, no, that doesn't help me. And now I can't find the tax agent. I've got an appointment to be there.
I had a lot of success with Where Is. That was a good little navigation, but I haven't had a look at it for a little while, probably a year or so, and I decided to use the Google because the Where Is, when I was using it, it didn't say the street names, which I liked, but I liked also that it gave you different voices. You had Dame Edna and Rabs Warren.
Hello, possum!
That's the one. Turn left here. Don't run over the Gladdies.
Have you tried Waze?
Yes. I haven't done that for quite some time.
No, one of my friends sent me an invite for it last week, and I was like, thanks. I haven't used that for the last 4 years, but I'll install it again. Because she was going on a trip to Canberra, and it was like, if you share the destination through Waze, it sends you a link, you click on it, and then you can navigate to the same place they're going to. But the funny thing that I liked on it is if you log on to your Waze and they're on their Waze, you can send a sound through it, and on their Waze it goes beep beep, like a car horn. They can beep each other back and forward through the Waze app.
Oh, how exciting to put everyone off while they're driving.
I quite liked it. I had it up. My problem is I don't mind using something like Waze. I even paid for the TomTom app on the iPhone years ago, but in the Australian sun, if you have your phone up on the windscreen, a couple of hours for a long drive, you don't have a phone anymore, you've got a brick. So I prefer to buy a TomTom and stick it up on there. It's a bit more hardy and it doesn't overheat in the Australian sun.
Right. Well, I put my phone on the windscreen. I've never had a problem with that.
Keep my fingers crossed for you.
Yeah, okay. Well, maybe I haven't had it up there long enough. I probably haven't been on a really massive trip with it. Maybe like an hour or so. But I haven't driven to Sydney or anything. But anyway, the Sierra will run on late model 2009 and newer MacBook and iMacs, as well as 2010 vintage MacBook Airs. How's that? They're vintage now. Vintage MacBook Airs.
You're feeling old, Glenn, are you?
Yes. The Pro, the Mini, and Pro. Sierra is free, as was all the rest of them, via the App Store for the Mac users. When was the last? What was Snow Leopard? That must have been the last one you had to pay for. $30.
Yep, and you could buy a DVD from the store as well.
That's right.
Now everything only comes down the internet and uses up your jiggly bytes.
That's right. And if you will, you'd be 2 weeks before he got that.
Well, he doesn't like Apple anyway, so it doesn't matter, does it?
You could do it just to be for fun or something.
Yeah.
But now look, stickers, iOS stickers. Tell us what iOS stickers are, please.
Well, some of them look a bit like this.
Oh, down a bit. Oh, there we go. Oh, yep. Yes. And you can...
There's some Halloween stickers made by some hobby business called Blue Bilby that this guy Jason Oakley runs.
Oh, yeah. It sounds like he should get into podcasting.
And you can do a bit of crazy things like this with it.
Right. So the stickers come through, so you download them through the iTunes. Yep. So there's heaps of stickers as well as yours.
Oh, yeah. They've got a lot of free ones that they're pushing at the moment just to get people interested in the stickers. Like they've got Mario Speedrun.
Right.
It's on the App Store. It's the first Nintendo IP game on iOS. And they also build it into games as well. So if you've downloaded Crossy Road,
yep,
you go into the stickers thing, and there's already been updated with the latest version of Crossy Road. It's got Crossy Road stickers with all the different characters from that in there.
Right. Okay. So you've drawn a few that they're your creations.
Yeah, I drew those in Paint.net on the PC, and then ported it over to the Mac, and then created stickers from it.
Okay. And then you've pushed them up into the iTunes Store. And
App Store, yep.
Yeah, the App Store. Now, what do people search for in the App Store to get to those?
Well, you can search for Blue Bilby. That's the business name that I use on there. Or you can do a search for Halloween Sticker Pack, which is what that one's called.
All right. So, search for the Blue Bilby. Go on, support Jace. What are they? $1.50?
Yeah, $1.49 Australian, probably 99 cents US.
Yep. Go on, buy a couple of stickers, and he'll buy a coffee and enjoy the morning.
Yeah.
Now,
So next I'll probably go into doing like Thanksgiving stickers and Christmas stickers and all the different
okay,
celebrations and stuff.
all right, and yeah, cool. So, what was I going to ask you? Now, how do you get them? How do you get stuff into the App Store? Like, can you just upload them, or what happens?
Yeah, you need to install Xcode, which is what the development platform that Apple has. There's a lot of tutorials on how to create stickers, and basically you create a PNG image 618 by 618 pixels, draw it into there. You could do smaller ones if you want, but they won't look so great if they get expanded out on an iPad. And then you just start up Xcode, click on New Sticker Application, and then you can basically, it's so easy that you can just drag all your PNGs into the application. If you want to, you can do animated ones. I've got a pumpkin there that inside glows like there's a candle inside it.
Right.
So you do all the frames of that, then go create new sticker sequence, drag all the frames in, it automatically animates it for you. Then you can pick how long a delay between each frame so that you can make it animate really fast or slower or whatever you want.
Yep.
And then just go build, and then you go to the App Store, purchase your account there, which is $149 Australian or 99 US.
Right.
Create your account, set up all of your tax info, banking info, agree to sacrifice your children and all that sort of stuff to the Apple's God. And then you create the template for your app, and then you go back into the Xcode, and there's a code there that links your Xcode on your desktop to the App Store through iTunes Connect.
Yep.
And you go build for generic device in Xcode, and it builds it there, and then sends it up to the App Store. And then you click on submit for approval, and then you wait a few days for Apple to have a look at it and decide that it's not rude or violent or disgusting or something, and it's in the right categories and for the right age groups, and then they approve it, and off you go, you've sold it.
Now, Xcode, I imagine, is not Windows compatible?
No.
Okay. So, look, it does look pretty easy. I'm just throwing up a couple of screenshots now.
If you don't have a Mac, you can rent a virtual Mac in the cloud. There's a lot of websites that have virtual Mac in cloud, and you can do the whole lot through VMs and stuff like that online, and then you can submit it from there and run it as if you had a Mac, but you don't want to have to purchase one. You can just rent time on their machines.
I wonder, can you do that through the Amazon cloud? Do you know off the top of your head?
Possibly, if they have macOS X for a platform, they would have to have licenses with Apple to be able to provide that.
Okay, so let's. There's a good picture there of something, but yeah, okay. So you get this program, you download it to your Mac, which allows you to create, and by the sounds of it, it's pretty easy. So you just said that you want to create a sticker, so what it sort of puts the framework already there for the stickers.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, that is pretty easy.
Drag them all in there and basically hit publish. It's pretty easy.
Yeah, okay. And I can't show you guys on the video the actual stickers on the computer because you can only see them in the App Store. And I can't get the App Store up on the computer, can I? I don't think so. I don't know. Well, I could if I was on the Mac because that's got the stickers built. No, I don't know. It's too hard. But anyway, that's good. Yeah, so Blue Bilby, search for that. Where are we? Here we go. Hang on, Jace. Oh, you got a thing come up.
Yeah, it's because I changed my password, so it's like sign into the App Store.
Yeah, so get into the App Store, search for Blue Bilby and grab some of Jace's stickers. They look good. Cool. Good stuff. Yeah, so, look, what does Apple take? 30 cents or something?
30% of whatever it is.
30%. Right. Oh, and talking about fees and charges and everything, you know how, I accept PayPal through the web hosting and all this, and everyone seems to like PayPal. I've come across a few people that, for some reason, they don't like putting their credit card in the PayPal. Yep. I don't know why. But anyway, so I started looking into, building out how do I take credit cards without, signing up for a $60 a month merchant facility. Yep. So I went through a few things and I settled on Stripe. Have you heard of Stripe?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and they were relatively reasonable with their pricing. It was 1.75% plus 30 cents per transaction, which was not bad because PayPal is 2.6% plus 30 cents. So
it's undercutting them by half.
yeah, well, almost by a percent. Yes. So that's pretty good, and so anyway, and that was just credit card, and that's like, so people can now put credit cards into the web hosting site, and the information doesn't get stored on my site. It goes straight to Stripe. It stores this information, and then the money comes out, and then they send me the money every day or every 2 days or something. So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's good. And there's no fees to, get the money out, because with PayPal, if you want to, people might give money and put money into your account, but as soon as you want to spend some of it, like in the real world, you got to pull it out, they charge you more money.
Yeah.
Bloody crazy.
What I've been using a lot lately is Android Pay.
Oh, yeah?
So you put your credit card details into Android Pay, and then my LG G3, this case, has got the NFC chips embedded in the case. The phone doesn't actually come with it, but this case does. And then when I go to Coles or something, I just open it up to bring the phone to life, and then use it as PayWave, put the phone on there.
Right.
And it gives Coles a virtual credit card number, so they don't even get my credit card number. They got no idea what it is. But it gets charged through my bank, which is a member of the Android Pay system, and then it comes up as a charge on my bank as if I used a credit card, but you don't ever pull out your credit card. You just got your phone, you open it up, go beep, and that's it.
Now, because as you probably know, like, there's Apple Pay as well, but in Australia it's only with American Express, because...
And ANZ.
Oh, ANZ what?
ANZ have got it too.
What, Apple Pay?
Yep.
So what does that mean? What, through Visa or something?
Yeah, they'll support whatever Apple Pay that American Express has is supported by ANZ. The other banks want more control over that kind of thing, so they're like, oh no, we don't want the Apples coming in here and taking over stuff. So that's why they're still up in the air. Otherwise, everybody would have Apple Pay.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. That I think one of the main obstacles is that the Apple wants too much of the fee percentage.
Yeah,
and then the banks are going, well, no. No, we want this, and this, because I think because Google sort of, they're not as greedy, shall we put it that way, as as Apple. Is that what?
I think they're like 20 to 25% of developer charges, whereas Apple's 30, so they undercut them too.
Yeah, right. Yeah, look, I don't know. Apple's pretty stubborn, aren't they? But maybe something's going to have to give, because I think it's just a market that. But if they relax, if they pull their pants down for Australia, do they have to pull their pants down everywhere else?
Yep.
Who knows? All right. Where were we? Have you got another story, Jace?
Yep, sure do. More for Google. There's a Google phone reveal set for October 5, expected to be called Pixel and the Pixel XL. In 2 weeks from now, we'll likely have official confirmation of brand new smartphones from Google, the first to be designed by the company itself.
Oh.
The web giant has teased an unveiling set for 2 a.m. Australian Eastern Time, October 5, and unless it's planning to reveal a completely unexpected product that just happens to have a rounded oblong dimensions of a smartphone, it seems the long-held rumours of a Google phone will come to pass. The web address of the teaser, madeby.google.com, makes it clear that this product will be promoted as built and designed in-house, unlike the Nexus devices which carry the brand and design hallmarks of the manufacturers that make them. In recent years, Google has increased the number of hardware products that carry only its own branding, including Chromecasts and the acclaimed Pixel C tablet. Despite having developed the open-source Android operating system for more than a decade, the company has never built its own phone. Recent leaks had shown HTC to be building a new pair of Nexus phones, but Android Central reported last month the devices will be dropping the moniker. And more recently, Android police cited an exceptionally reliable source as claiming Google would rename the devices Pixel and Pixel XL. Another source told the website that Google would claim the devices were the first phones built by Google, a claim that's now been given weight by the company's teaser, although Android police believes the phones will be designed by Google and manufactured by HTC. Google set the stage for its new phones earlier this month when it killed its experimental modular phone initiative, Project Ara.
Oh, that was a good idea.
Yeah, you could upgrade your camera in there just by taking out the 2 megapixel, put in a 16 or something like
Yeah.
that when you got the money for it.
What's wrong with that? That was a good idea. That's
And
not
maybe it
bad.
had too many fail points of people unplugging and plugging things in. Eventually,
Hmm.
bits and pieces would wear and stop being able to plug in. And
So you've got a iPhone.
yes,
Which one have you got?
6S.
And you also got an Android.
LG G3. Well, I got the LG G3, and then it started going into reboot loops. And because I'd had so much trouble with the HTC One M7, I had 3 of those. I was just getting jack of it. I was like, these Android devices are not reliable. So I got the iPhone because I knew it would be reliable and not have problems. And then it wasn't until about a year later now that I was reading through forums and people had discovered that if you just take out the battery that came with your LG G3, which is crap and doesn't hold the charge or power up enough, buy a new battery, which I did from eBay, which is an LG branded one anyway, so it's not like third party. Put it in. Phone's been great ever since, so I've gone back to using that because I like the widgets and it's more customizable than the iPhone is. But iPhone iOS 10 is not too bad.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Because because as you know, I've said over the last couple of weeks, I'm not sure my next phone could. I don't know if I should go back to the Android world or not. I don't really know.
What was the last Android one you had?
Samsung Galaxy S.
All right, don't get the one that catches fire.
No.
No.
I might in the winter.
Yeah. Use it to start the log fire in your cabin in the woods.
That's
You
right.
won't have any signal there, so it won't matter. I know you just what Will needs.
Yeah.
He's got no signal, so he could use his phone to start the fire in the lounge room or something.
He could. Instead of rubbing some sticks together, just charge your phone, let it go. That's the go. Now, look, the census. Haven't we heard enough of this? Now, it is finally going to finish. It seems so long ago. So you've got... You've got until the 30th of September. Like, if you're filling it out, fair income, if you're filling this thing out on the 30th of September, you're not remembering what you did or where you stayed or whatever, whenever it was, are you?
No.
Well, unless you live in the place, but if you're someone that, I don't know, moves around a bit or travels or has been on holidays or whatever, you're not going to remember. But anyway... if you haven't done it, do it now. So you have until the 30th of September, I think it was. Am I right?
Another week to go?
Yeah, something like that, I think. Yeah, 30th of September, 5 p.m. Now, if you don't complete it, you are at risk of $180 per day.
Go to jail, bad boy.
Yeah, for each day that you fail to provide the information. In 2011, the census covered 96.5% of the Australian households. With 2 days to go, this year's survey is hovering at just under 95%. So most people have done it. In total, 98% of the population filled out the previous census. So, apparently another 50,000 households will have to complete a post-enumeration survey. I've got to look that word up. What's enumeration?
Why are you not filling in our form? Because we don't want you taking all our data and sticking it in an unsecured database somewhere.
Yeah, but...
Nah, we charge you $180 for that.
Oh, enumeration's not even a word. They're just making words up now, the census.
Sounds good.
Hang on, here we
It's
go.
all very highly technical, don't you know?
Here we go. I'm going to find out what this word means, because another 50,000 households are going to have to do something. Hang on, can I get a... can't I get this guy to tell it to me?
No.
Obviously not. Okay, so where's the definition? Where's the definition?
Hiding under the couch.
Oh, it's a noun. An act of enumerating.
There you go.
Or a catalogue or list. What? Anyway, look that word up for yourself. I can't figure that out. But anyway, another 50,000 households will have to complete a post-enumeration survey. In brackets, PES. Another Seinfeld episode with a PES dispenser. Oh, it's a Seinfeld show tonight. So these households will be selected randomly will ask them further questions about their census answers in a 10-minute interview. Oh, my God.
How much do you get paid?
Nothing?
Hi, we're here to do a census interview. Cool, bye.
It will be compulsory to participate in the interview, so people will not be able to refuse. The PES is an important part of our census count, and we've followed up every census since 1966 with this kind of survey.
They're going to have goons with them, or what? Hired goons?
Baseball bats?
FBI?
Yeah. But the funny thing is, like, if it's all private, how do they know if you haven't filled it in?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand. Like, I've punched a code into the computer.
Yeah.
How do they know that code belonged to me? Or, you know?
They send it to you.
Yeah, right. So you reckon that's
nothing anonymous whatsoever about the latest census.
All right. So anyway, that's the census.
And if you filled it in that you're earning a lot more money, they're going to send the tax man round to visit you.
Yeah. You gotta keep up the lies, people.
Yeah. They do it half-assed.
That's right. You got to get your little book with all the lies you tell them, and then make sure you follow it through everywhere you go. All right. What else you got, Chase? Anything else?
Yeah, Samsung and Woolworths team up to deliver a grocery ordering, music streaming, photo taking, internet.
What?
Fridge.
Oh. Wow.
Out of milk. Shut the fridge door. Tap on the touchscreen and order more. It's a scenario possible from today after Samsung and Woolworths teamed together to bring the internet fridge back to Australia. But unlike the original internet refrigerator, which arrived in 2004 with a whopping $17,000 price tag, this model is significantly cheaper, features a grocery ordering app on its door, and 3 cameras inside to let you check on its contents if you do buy your food in a store.
Well, nothing like opening the fridge door to have a look.
No. The 4-door, $7,499 fridge can also be used to control other devices in your home, like robot vacuum cleaners, play music or TV shows through its speakers and screen. Samsung Electronics Australia home appliance head said the Family Hub fridge was designed for large households with crowded kitchens and little time to plan grocery shop visits. There's obviously the new tech adopters who will love this, but realistically, busy families are its audience. In our research, we've certainly seen online shopping and food management are big draw cards for this fridge. He said teaming up with grocery chain Woolworth had been key to demonstrating why anyone would want to connect their fridge to the internet. The Woolworths app would not only let users compose a grocery list on the fridge's 21.5-inch touchscreen, he said, but feature more than 2,000 recipes for dinner inspiration. The fact you can click on recipes and have the ingredients self-populate into the shopping basket for you means you can just exclude what you don't need. There's a lot of real convenience factors there I think consumers who buy this fridge will embrace. Woolworths digital retail manager said smart fridge owners could also start a grocery shopping list on the fridge and complete it on a computer or send the shopping list to their smartphone.
How much did you say? It was like $5,000 for this?
$7,499.
Wow. Who's got that type of money to spend on a fridge?
I spent $1,000 on it.
Yeah.
That's bad enough.
Just open the door and write a list out. That's not.
You're so old-fashioned.
I know.
Luddite.
It's not rocket science. But yeah, like the internet fridge, 2004, that last one, eh? Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Now, what have I got here? I've got a Netflix story here somewhere. Now, apparently, everyone cries, and probably Jace is one. No, Jace is not one of them, because he has got the VPN. Now, Netflix exec says it's absolutely inaccurate that Aussie Netflix customers get screwed. Take that as you will.
There you go.
Netflix Chief Financial Officer David Wells has reportedly scoffed at the suggestion. There's nothing like a good scoff every now and then. At the suggestion its subscribers in Australia, Europe, and other parts of the globe receive inferior content. During a question and answer session at a Goldman Sachs 25th annual... Here we go. 25th annual Communicopia conference. Why do they have stupid words and it's in America? Communicopia. COMMUNACOPIA. Do I have to define this one as well?
Cornucopia.
No. Hang on. I'm going to... No. No, that's not in the dictionary. It must be a name. It's communicopia. Must be something about communications. So anyway, who cares? It was in New York. He called the notion that Aussie customers get screwed an absolutely inaccurate. Now, popular TV shows that are included in the US, but not in the Australian store, include Breaking Bad, Sherlock's, Parks and Recreation, Sons and Daughters. Oh, no, that's Sons of Anarchy, sorry. Sons and Anarchy. Do you remember Sons and Daughters? Oh, my God. Yeah, The Walking Dead, The X-Files, Peep Show. Interesting. Scrubs and many more. Now, look, I've got a link in the show notes if you're interested. It's at finder.com.au. Now, there's
part of the problem is the deals. Like Presto only gets Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, and Showtime has gone to Stan, so all of their stuff's going to be exclusively there, and Netflix can't show them here.
No, well, that's right, yes. And so is Doctor Who on Australian Netflix?
Yeah.
No Doctor
Not Red Dwarf, though. Red Dwarf was yanked out.
Yeah, right. So look, they're on this Finder, in this list here on the finder.com.au site, and the link in the show notes at aussietechheads.com.au/podcast, there is a list, and yeah, it just goes through what the top, well, the list of, oh geez, where are we? There's 349 shows, and it tells you which ones are on and which ones are not in Australia. So ones that are not, let's go from the top. I don't know if these are in any particular order, but so that in this list, the ones that top on Netflix that are not on Netflix Australia: Breaking Bad, Twin Peaks, Terriers, Sherlock, Parks and Recreation, Twilight Zone original series, Revenge, oh thank goodness, Small Mercies, White Collar, yeah, Hell on Wheels, Peep Show, Sons of Anarchy, Alfred Hitchcock Presents. But see, Alfred Hitchcock Presents, that's not on Stan or Presto, is it? Oh, I don't know. I haven't got a subscription. The X-Files, Heart of Dixie, Switched at Birth, Raising Hope, Walking Dead, Parenthood, The League, Scrubs, Louie. Yeah, so there's a few, but I don't know. I'm not really into all that TV anyway. I don't really care, to be honest. To be honest.
To be sure.
You still got are you still VPNing? Or
No.
You dropped TV probably? You're pretty busy from where you are, I can see.
I watch Australian Netflix on the Roku. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I just started last night. I bought Mr. Robot. On Google Play Videos because, I had a look to see who had it. I could get it on iTunes for $19.99 for season 1, or Google Play Videos for $22.99. I thought $3. Why are they charging more? But I've already got the Roku box plugged into the TV in the lounge, and it supports Google Video Play, whereas if I wanted to watch it on iTunes, I'd have to go downstairs and search through my moving boxes for the Apple TV and come and plug that in as another device. And so I thought, well, I'll just buy it on the Google Video Play, and I've been watching that. Good.
It's you can get Mr. Robot's on Presto.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you wanted to buy it rather than...
I didn't want to subscribe to yet another service when I've already got Netflix, so I thought so many people have been going off about how great Mr. Robot is, so I should finally watch it, and I thought rather than buying it one episode at a time, I'll just buy the season and watch the whole lot.
Yeah, well, I think I'm up to about episode 5. I just don't get time.
No spoilers?
No, he died. No.
One of my friends on Twitter said he watched the first 6 episodes and he just couldn't get into it. He said, I wanted to like it,
Seriously?
but just...
what was he, a bookworm or something? Like, of course, is he in the tech or anything?
He's a developer.
A developer?
Yep.
I can't see why I can't get into that. I reckon it's good.
He teaches developing, in fact, as a job.
What, developing dolls' houses or something?
iPhone apps.
I was going to ask you. Oh yeah,
developers.
You mentioned the Roku box. Oh, we better hurry up here. Okay, you mentioned the Roku box. Now Telstra TV's a rebranded Roku box
and cut down. Yep.
Now, can I uncut it in any way that you know of?
I tried. Don't know about hacking the Telstra box.
Yeah, because I tried. Because I went in, I set it up in developer mode, and I tried to log into the Roku site to get apps, but I couldn't work out how to get them to the device. I just, because
I just bought mine on eBay from a guy who imports them from the US and switches over the power adapter for an Australian one. That worked fine.
Oh, how much did you pay for that?
That was a few years ago, probably $160 or something like that.
That's pretty good. That's all right. That's not bad. I like it. The Telstra TV, it's got all the Stans, Netflixes, and Prestos. Not that I've subscribed to them, but other than that, it's got all the catch-up shows, TV channels. You know, the 9 Now and all this sort of stuff. Yeah. And it's good. Like, because we say the block, we watch the block, but we'll watch it a day late, and then
$170 or $169.90 in 2014. I bought it.
Yeah. So. So we'll watch, say, the shows a day later, and especially with the block, there's no ads, so you just cruise through it. It's great, and it's a better picture than what you get over the air, I reckon.
Yeah. I showed Dad, because the Roku remote is so simple, little black and purple buttons and everything. I showed Dad how to use it. I'm like, you just switch the source on the TV to, I called the source Roku. So it's easy so you know which one, because you can name it on the TV. So he just switches to that, and then I say log in with my profile, and then just do a search or look through and press up, down, left, right, press play to go or OK, and then you can pause it if you want to go make a cup of tea or whatever. And he does it all the time, and he's nearly 70 and he has no problem using it.
And the other app that we like watching is that, as we mentioned earlier, the Red Bull. There's an app just with all the Red Bull videos on it, and kids have been getting into that, watching this high, what do they call it? I just call it crazy diving. It's just really high diving.
Yeah.
And they just dive from, they said it was equivalent of diving, you go up to an 8-story building and dive off it. That's where they're diving from. Did
you see that crazy guy they've been talking about on YouTube a lot lately? He just goes into places and does dive, and you see him, he's got like a GoPro strapped to his forehead, so you never see him, but he goes jumps over the fence at a motel down near the beach, and then climbs up the stairs up onto the top level, and then jumps over the fence, and then looks down at the swimming pool, jumps down 4 stories, just misses the edge of the pool, and injuring himself permanently, splashes in the water, straight away swims up, gets out, jumps over the fence and runs down the beach and runs off, and then the video finishes.
So he's injured himself?
No, he just missed hitting the edge.
That was something happened up here on the Goldie not long ago, that someone jumped out of a high-rise and tried to get to the pool and went splat. They missed far enough.
Too drunk?
Yeah, I think so.
Schoolies, was it?
Could have been. But that was the end for that person. Yeah. That was gone. Now, here's a funny story. The malware dudes have run out of things, run out of ways to get you. So what they're doing in Melbourne, where is it? In a particular place, Pakenham, in Melbourne.
That's where I lived for a while.
Oh, right.
I moved here.
Well, you could possibly have received one of these for free, but someone's been sticking USB sticks into letterboxes. Wow.
With malware on it.
Now, if you're going to get a USB stick in a letterbox, I don't know, how many of you
randomly plug it in your computer? That's why I always worried. You see, when they had the thing that was going around where people would get USB sticks and drill holes in brickwork embedded in there, put a bit of cement around it, and it just had the end of the USB sticking out. Right. Then you would walk up to it, plug your laptop into it, and then upload some photos or something stupid or a meme or something, then unplug your laptop from it. And then somebody else would come, they'd call it like a USB drop or something.
Right. Yeah, look, good in theory, but it's what are the risks with viruses and everything? So look, here we go. This guy, Andrew Tierney, who's a consultant at the cybersecurity firm Pen Test Partners. He said, most cyber criminals are looking for volume, so it's much easier to get a hold of people's information by phishing. It's unclear whether the devices were sent in the post, but putting a USB stick in someone's letterbox by visiting the property and potentially getting your fingerprints on them creates a much greater risk of getting caught. Yep. Fair enough. Now, the university at Illinois conducted an experiment earlier this year, and they did a USB drop of 297 drives around the campus. Had the sticks been infected, the attack would have had an estimated success rate of between... Oh, this is pretty big, but anyway. Had the sticks been infected, the attack would have had an estimated success rate of between 45 and 98%.
I'd say so, yeah.
Because I think we were just talking about that before the show. Like, I don't know, if you find a USB stick, wouldn't you, even if you were going to look at it, you'd stick it in just to format it?
Yep.
Well, if it was a 16 gig or something like that.
Free USB stick, but, you know, a lot of them, because they'll have auto-run.inf on there, as soon as you plug it in your computer, Windows will launch whatever is in there.
Yeah, so what's the best thing to do then? You'd have to just...
Get a Mac.
Oh, yeah. So you get a sacrificial machine.
Yep.
That you load up all your keygens on and all.
Yeah.
And all that sort of stuff. Yeah, but isn't that funny? Who's been doing that? Are you listening? Are you doing that?
Did you do it?
Send me an email.
It was
I want to know who you are.
Lol. I mean, that's terrible. Shame on you.
It's just funny. It's just funny. Like, I wonder, they should have said, or just said, it says that it contained harmful malware. They should have put something else on there, like a photo or something. I don't know what of.
I would stick on Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up. Rick roll it.
Yeah, see? They could have had a bit of fun. Could have had people laughing about this sort of thing. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Yes. All right. Did you have any more, Jace?
Yeah, a couple that sort of blend in together. Microsoft said they'll solve cancer within the next 10 years by treating it like a computer virus.
Ooh.
The human body will eventually be able to be reprogrammed back into a healthy state, experts working for the tech company have claimed. Microsoft said it's going to solve cancer in the next 10 years. The company is working at treating the disease like a computer virus that invades and corrupts body cells. Once it's able to do so, it'll be able to monitor for them and even potentially reprogram them to be healthy again, experts working for Microsoft have said. The company has built a biological computation unit that says its ultimate aim is to make cells into living computers. As such, they can be programmed and reprogrammed to treat any disease such as cancer. And not to be outdone, but they're not the first billionaires to try to disrupt science, but Facebook co-founder Mark Zuckerberg and his wife, physician and educator Priscilla Chan, have enlisted a dream team of scientific leaders to oversee a $3 billion effort to boost basic research. We see this work as being led and done by scientists, Chan told Nature before the couple unveiled the Chan-Zuckerberg Initiative plans on 21st of September. She and her husband created the initiative in December to invest proceeds from their Facebook shares to aid causes such as education, health research, and internet connectivity. Zuckerberg and Chan have set themselves up as an audacious goal, eliminating, curing, or preventing disease by the end of the century. They intend to get there by coaxing teams with diverse expertise to collaborate on developing new tools and technologies, something scientists say is sorely needed. The $3 billion commitment announced today will cover the project's first 10 years. Building tools requires bringing scientists and engineers together in large numbers for large periods of time, and that's not something most science funding is set up to do, Zuckerberg told Nature. That emerged to us as a big opening where we could help grow this movement among other scientific funders. So Microsoft's going to cure cancer and Zuckerberg's going to fix every other disease because he's going to outdo Microsoft.
Oh, he's got to, hasn't he? His ego's on the line.
Bigger than Bill.
Well, yeah. What I was saying before is, when I think of Bill Gates, I can't get out of my head. I think it was the day he left Microsoft. He did that video.
Yep.
Or he did the video for the day he left, and he's in the gym, and his arms are like as thick as my bloody 30-centimeter ruler.
Yeah.
Like it was. Just like, little Mr.
Burns
arms.
Hit in the face with a pie.
Yes. It's just Mr. Burns, isn't it, Fat Income? But look, before we go, I've got one more thing to talk about. 'Cause I've just remembered it, and it's something I found. I was just flicking through iView the other day on the Telstra TV, which turned out not to be a bad little device. You can't do much with it, but what you can do with it is not too bad. And I came across this show. I don't know if you've seen it, Jace. They're only about 5 minutes long. When TV was awesome.
Oh, no.
Oh, have a look at those. If you like things like, remember the D generation? Yep. They used to overdub.
In the Late Show.
Yeah, they used to dub over the old shows.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, this is what this When TV Was Awesome's all about. I can't play them on here, obviously, not because of copyright. There's a couple of bad words and a couple of them, I don't know which they were. Oh, but God, some of them are funny. They are so funny. It's When TV Was Awesome, and you can watch them still on the iView and probably on the abc.net.au. You might still be able to catch them. There's ones with Harry Butler and
Barjas, that was it.
Yeah, Barjas and the good old days, whatever they called it.
Yeah,
that's right. But with the Late Show, they used to the D-Gen. They used to do the old cop show. I don't know what it was. Oh, it was a really old cop show. I don't know. The D-Gen was doing, and that was funny as well. But yeah, have a look at this. TV Was Awesome.
And they were the ones who did Barjas based on his show, which is a humorous redub of the the cop show Bluey. But in one episode of the Late Show, they showed their Barjas episode, and then this guy in the audience stood up to put them under arrest, and it was Lucky Grills who played Bluey in the original series. That's
right. I just never remember because the Barjas, he was called Barjas. He was he was a fat copper. How
every
he
time
was.
They went around the corner, he'd fart. Hang on, we're not going fast enough.
Yeah, how he would.
All right, that's good.
Let me see if I can Google him here and get a photo here. But how you could Barjas. But how you could be
like Mystery Science Theatre 3000. I think they used to do the same sort of thing.
How you could be a copper being the size of this guy. But anyway.
Well, you know what? My dad, when he was young, he went to join the police force and they said, you're underweight. You're not fat enough. We can't take you. Because our police have to be a certain weight. They said, go home, eat steak, eat bananas and whatever you can to increase your weight before you can be a policeman.
Wow. But
he might have been in the right there, the right weight.
So he was within the realms of acceptability in old Bargy. But the episode I remember was, for some reason, he wasn't driving. The young fellow was driving the car, and they're eating lunch or something, as the show goes on or something, and they're driving the car, and the young guy looks in the back and he goes, "Oh, hey Chief, they forgot your chips." Barjas reaches over for the handbrake, pulls the handbrake,
they do a turn,
and just does this massive handbrake Yui, and just goes, "You what?" That's very funny. I think, look, you can probably find some Barjas on YouTube as well. Go and have a look at it. It's so funny. But have a look, Jace, have a look for that When TV Was Awesome, and have a look at a couple of the mastermind takes, because they are pretty funny, especially the guy with the Coke bottle glasses. So funny. All right, I think that's enough. I think we've had enough.
That'll do.
That will do. Thanks for joining us this week for an episode. I didn't know if we'd pad it out, but we padded it out.
Should we offer to give away some promo codes for Halloween stickers?
If you like, yes.
What do you think of the conditions?
I reckon just do an iTunes review, as you suggested. I think that's good.
Yep. Do an iTunes review of Aussie Tech Heads, screenshot it, send it to Glenn, and we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, all right. So if you want to grab some stickers for your iOS and now macOS Messenger, get some of those stickers that Jace has developed. Just do it. Chuck an iTunes review up. Send me a screenshot of it, and wacky do. Glenn at aussietechheads.com.au. Wacky do. All right. Now, good stuff. Thanks, Jace. Thanks for coming in.
No worries. Good to be here again. Say Ferris.
Yay, Ferris! Now, we are not sure what's going to happen next week, episode 504, but just have to hang in there. Might be a surprise. Okay.
It might be a 404.
It could be. Yeah, it could be anything.
So not found.
All right. So that's it. Thank you, and we'll see you soon, hopefully.
Cheers, champagne comedy.
Have a good week. Cheers, Chase. Bye.